And welcome back, everyone, to Who Would Win. We are just starting up the month as normal. This one comes to us from Energizo Master Vaughn, who asked the question, in a three-way match, who would win? Underfist from Billy and Mandy, Nexo Knights, or the Bad Batch from Star Wars. All three are very different. All three are not like the most uber powerful characters in the world. So Nexo Knights is probably the one I know the least about. Like, they're a Lego Ninjago esque kind of thing where they're knights with the powers and weapons and all of that to some degree or another. So they're very capable in that sense. Under Fist is a combination of Hostel Gato. Ooh, Hostel Gato. Hostel Gato with his ever changing, fake hand. Billy's spider son, what was it, Jeff? I can't remember exactly his name, but giant spider, and all the abilities of a giant spider. Erwin, who is apparently half mummy on his grandma's side. And then two characters whose names one's from oh god, what's the name of it? The side characters, like the side series to Billy and Mandy exist in the world. There was the brain in the bear. There was his assistant, and he was another one of those assistants. I cannot remember for the life of me the name of those. And then there's this real green thing, which I legitimately don't remember what this little elephant green thing was. Yeah, so they're not the most effective group. They get the job done, but it's a cartoon. You can get the job done because that's how you write it. And then you have the Bad Batch, which are in essence a rogue. The Bad Batch. The Bad Batch is a little. How do I explain the Bad Batch? Because I've never actually watched the Bad Batch series, but I know what they are. They're an offshoot of the clone troopers. All of them are, again, specialized in whatever they need to specialize in. But they're called the Bad Batch, I believe, because they're kind of weird even among the clone troopers. Like they're... hold on. Bad Batch. One second. Let me get the plot synopsis up at least. That way I can not sound like an idiot as I'm talking about this here. Okay, Bad Batch. It's a spin-off of the Clone Wars series. It focuses on the squad known as Clone Force 99, a band of genetically enhanced clone troopers. Great. It doesn't go beyond that. Basically, these guys are kind of like the awkward. They're the misfits of the group, more or less. Okay, here we go. Series follows the elite and experimental clones of the Bad Batch, or Clone Force 99, as they find their way into a rapidly changing galaxy in the immediate aftermath of the Clone War. Members of Bad Batch, a unique squad of clones who vary genetically from their brothers in the clone army, each possess a singular exceptional skill, which makes them extraordinarily dangerous. And so that's more or less the the thing that defines the Bad Batch in terms of who is in terms of their differences from other clones, is that they're actually genetically different than other clone troopers. There is genetic differences in them. And look, if we're going by a pure skill base here, the Bad Batch would kick these guys, would win this fight immediately. They are actual trained soldiers and actually trained to kill and operate as a unit perfectly. So if we're talking simply on skill and training alone, the Bad Batch would take this fight. No problem. I don't even have to go and find whatever abilities they have for me to know the answer to that question. That said, however, the Nexo Knights, which I do not know all of the Nexo Knights, but I do know at least one or two of them. So many of them have actual abilities of their own that makes them at least a problem on some level to deal with. For instance, Clay Mornington, I think his name is, had like fire-based abilities, I believe. Others have some other elemental abilities. They also all carry weapons with them. And they have armor. They're not like just pansies, but they're also young and impressionable. They're kids, more or less. So, like I think they're described as being teens. So they're definitely they're definitely a group that while they are powerful, they lack experience and maturity. And then you have Underfist. I'm going to tell you right now, in the three-way match between these guys, Underfist would probably be the first one to go down. Because if nothing else, the clone troopers are going to kill. I think again, is it like Jake or Gregory or something like that? I'm going to say Gregory. I don't remember the name of the spider. Uh, they're going to kill Gregory like right outright because of all of them. He's a literal like sentient creature. It's spitting webs. He's probably the most dangerous apart from Hostel Gato. Unfortunately, Hostel Gato is also going to go down quick because people in Star Wars have legitimate light speed level reflexes. So literally just going to be a boo, and like most of these guys are going to be dead from the gets from this fight. So Underfist is going down pretty quick. It really would be the Nexo Knights versus the Bad Batch. And if I'm looking theoretically at all like the top 5 Nexo Knights here, which I'm guessing would be, and then those are villains on the bottom of the box there, which that is a box image, so bottom of the image. I mean, there's at least 5 Nexo Knights, maybe more, and I'm sure there were more that came along the way. The Nexo Knights probably do have a numbers advantage over the Bad Batch, at least to a minor degree. They also have ability advantages. Now, where the Bad Batch do have genetic differences um, from other clone troopers, still haven't been able to pull up what those differences actually are, by the way. I know they exist, so let's see if I can. All right, Bad Batch. Let's see. Can I? Okay, for me, all male. Okay, the Bad Batch includes Hunter, Wrecker, Tech, Echo, and Crosshair, as well as Michelle, Yang, and Omega, which technically I believe are not actual clone troopers. They're well, yeah, Michelle is not a clone trooper. Hunter is genetically altered to have heightened senses, and so So Hunter has heightened senses. Let's see here now. Wrecker has, so that's you're talking about sense of smell, taste, hearing, sight, all that stuff. Let's see here. Wrecker, I'm guessing based on his name, was genetically engineered to be stronger than the average one. He was much larger and stronger than the average clone trooper. Yeah. Okay, so he's physically more powerful. Meaning also he can hold heavy artillery a lot easier. Tech, I'm guessing based on the name. In fact, the names seem to be giving giveaways here. Let me guess. As a result of his genetic mutation, wait a minute, one moment, he served as the brains of the squad. Shocker. All right, and then let me guess if I can figure out the other two's abilities before I even get to other actual abilities. Come on. Like it's kind of obvious their names are given to them to kind of denote what their enhancement was. So we got the Hunter, who's the leader of the heightened senses. You got Wrecker, who's the physically strongest of the group. You've got Tech, who's the brains of the operation. He's the tech guy. And then who are the other two right now? The other two were Echo and Crosshair. Uh, I'll be honest. I couldn't tell you the immediate ability because Echo have like a sonic blast or something. Echo. Let's see. Who served the Grand Army? I originally identified as a cadet before graduating. First time I graduated. They. I mean, he's got cybernetic enhancements. Maybe that's what it is. Advanced co served. I'm not seeing what his genetic enhancement is. Let's see, personality and traits. Let's see here. All clones were built to be loyal in the Republic. Echo is no exception. His younger days, regulations developed particular bond, close. Shio Resolve. Echo's genetic. Okay. He's a genetic clone of Jango Fett. Yeah, they all are. What am I talking about? Human male, brown eyes, Echo's slightly following pale skin, including sockets in his arms. Yeah, okay, so he's different from the rest of them because he's actually got cybernetic enhancements. Whether or not that makes him more effective in any real way, who knows? And then Crosshair. Crosshair. Let's see, sir. Crosshair possessed genetic mutation that gives it exceptional eyesight. Ah, come on, come on, and marksmanship skills. All right, so even though, okay, so Hunter has just overall enhanced senses. He's actually got enhanced eyesight. Okay, so I'm not going to try to find all the Nexo Knight powers because that's going to be a lot of characters. What I will say is, again, Underfist would go down very quick, and then it would be a dragged out brawl between the Nexo Knights and the Bad Batch. And while the Nexo Knights, at least some of them, probably have greater abilities than the Bad Batch, almost certainly, the Bad Batch Command would probably better tech overall, as they are coming in with actual laser weaponry, armor, physical weapon grenades, some blunt force weapons. While the Nexo Knights definitely have that as well, the Bad Batch also has training and legit military training, and they work as a unit. While the Nexo Knights certainly can work as a unit, although I'm not familiar with any series they have been a part of, they're not like a trained military squad. They don't have the same training, and they're younger and therefore more immature. Whereas the Bad Batch, who obviously can joke around, are trained killers. So I would probably go with the Bad Batch in this scenario here. It would be a lot more drawn out, and I have a feeling both sides would lose members, but the Bad Batch, I think, would ultimately come out on top in this particular scenario. But that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you folks for the next one. Later.